Okay, very commonly students ask me this question, how to practice IELTS reading. Just a couple of days ago, I saw another result where one student got 6.5, 6.5, and 6 in 3 modules, and reading 3.5. 3.5, yeah? So it means reading is something where you need to pay more attention. And reading is something that can cheat you. I mean, you write the answers. The guy who got 3.5, he's like this, I don't know, sir. Pata nahi ki ho gaya. I don't know what happened. And I know what happened. He couldn't find the answers. Yeah, and then you do guessing and all that. So the thing is, the first thing is commitment with reading. I would recommend you, if your reading is weak, then you should solve 2 tests a day. Weak reading means if you're getting less than 15 correct answers, then you should take 2 tests a day. If your reading is normal means 25 correct answers, then you must take 1 test a day. Now, listen, how to take the test. If you're planning to take paper-delivered IELTS, then you should have the test in printed form. Do not compromise with laptop and all that stuff, no. If you're planning to take computer-delivered, then you can go on to the laptop and screen, but paper-delivered, pencil and printed test. Okay. You should have the watch with you or timer, 1-hour timer, mobile on aeroplane mode. Otherwise, yeah, you'll say, Janu, I am masjid. So, yeah. So, mobile should be on aeroplane mode and timer should be in front of you and it should start from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, and you know, or you can have count back. One is count down timer and all that, okay? Now, start with part 1. As you start, identify type A questions and type B questions. So you should be very wise enough. Questions 1 to 5, which paragraph contains the following information? Don't do that. Do other questions, true, false, not given. And by the way, in section 1, academic, you will always get type A questions. Okay, true, false, not given, and sentence completion. So try to do section 1 and make sure you do it with full care. Full care means it should not be the wrong word that you select for the right answer. Okay? Part 1 contains 13 to 14 questions. So if you develop your good reading skill for part 1, where both question types are type A, you can easily go on to part 2. And time management for part 1 is very important. Some students waste half hour with part 1. And they hardly reach part 3. Hardly. They are doing part 2 and then they say, 5 minutes left. Don't forget to transfer your answers to the answer sheet. Oh God, 5 minutes. Section 2, they are doing answer to transfer and all that. So as a result, they fail to do it. Okay, one of my students, she started shouting, give me time, I forgot to transfer my answers to the answer sheet. Please, it is very important for me. And they said, calm down, ma'am, calm down. Don't worry. We'll accommodate you. Don't worry, calm down. When they say calm down, you calm down. And when the test was over, they said, Kitte? What? He said, you know, the test is over. She failed to transfer the answers to the answer sheet. 1 band. 1 band in reading. Okay, so be extra careful. Over there, when you are in actual exam, you are frustrated. You don't know what to do. So that is why you need to manage. So section 1 should be done in 15 to 20 minutes. Maximum 20 minutes. Because questions are type A. After that, section 2, yeah, there you can take more time. So when you practice, try to develop it as a habit. I mean, look at the time and say, okay, in 15 minutes, I have to complete it. Then you have section 2. Again, type A questions should be attempted first, and then you do type B questions. Okay, so type A questions are more. Like in a test, yeah, the test which contains more type B questions, that is the difficult test. And the test that contains more type A questions, that is easy test. Easy, in IELTS reading, there is nothing like easy. It's difficult or very difficult. Okay, so whenever you practice, first thing, make yourself time bound. One of my students said happily, sir, in reading now I get 34 correct answers. I said, congratulations. But she said in 3 hours. Okay, so it's not that you develop your reading for 3 hours. You need to work in 1 hour. Whatever you do, make yourself time bound. First thing. After solving 1 test, and you should also print out the answer sheets. Because when you are practicing, you should transfer the answers to the answer sheet so that you get a habit of doing it. And you can see, okay, section 1 over, write the answers, section 2 over, write the answers, section 3, write answers on question booklet as well as the answer sheet. Because when they say stop writing, if you don't stop writing, they will come and remove your answers. They're very bad. They will remove 3 to 4 answers. And if you say, I wrote only 1, they will say, this is the punishment. That they remove, literally they remove the answers and then you cannot do. They will snatch this answer sheet from you and then 4 or 5 answers removed means 2 band is gone down. Okay, so be careful with that thing in exam also. Alright, when you practice, make yourself time bound. Just see your response. In 1 hour with the answer sheet, when you complete the test, how many answers are correct. Answers which are correct, you can be happy for that. All right, I got 25 correct answers. Very good. 15 answers are wrong. Now, for those 15 answers, you're going to do, we call this thing debriefing. Or what is the other word that I use for that? Huh? This is another word I use for that. It's not coming to my mind. So you are going to do debriefing with those 15 wrong answers. Now, you know, question number 5, answer is false. You wrote answer as true. Now, why is it false? Go back, look into that passage, search, read it again. And when you realize, okay, just because of this word answer is false, this is a learning point. So if from one test, 15 mistakes, and you learn 15 things, that is going to be enough to reduce your mistakes in the next test. In the next test, you will not have 15 mistakes. You will have 14 mistakes. Then you take another test and you do debriefing with that. And then the next test, you have 13 mistakes, 12 mistakes, 11 mistakes, 10 mistakes. And you're very happy and you take another test, 25 mistakes. The test can be difficult also, right? Because level of difficulty is different every time. So you should do this on daily basis. What do the students do? They are afraid of reading. And our reaction whenever we are afraid of anything, we run away from that. Yeah, Yasin? So when we are afraid of anything, we run away from that thing and we don't do reading. Listening, they enjoy. They do more listening, they do more speaking and they ignore reading. I would say you should take at least 1 or if you are academic IELTS candidate, 2 or maximum 3 reading tests. But don't take all the tests at the same time. One of my students, sir, I take 4 reading tests, but after 2nd, 3rd, 4th test, my score goes down. I said, how do you take the test? She said, all together, I give 5 hours to reading. Never do that. You know what happens? After solving one test for 1 hour, your brain needs some break. You cannot take second test just after the first test. Take a break of a couple of hours and then take another one. Or maybe reading in the morning one test, in the evening another test. Listening or between reading and 2 readings you can have listening or something else. Make it something like this. Don't do IELTS studies for 8 hours consecutively without any break. That is not going to do anything to you, okay? So one test, another. Cambridge IELTS books has got many tests and never do test blindly without debriefing. Debriefing is, my 10 answers are wrong. Why are they wrong? What are the right answers? Where are the right answers? What is written in the passage? You got to find it all and then you will see test after test after test. You are going to be better. Again, once you understand IELTS reading, it will be fun for you. You will enjoy. I have learned a lot from IELTS reading, from these passages, from these things. I've learned so many things. So once you develop your interest, then you will enjoy IELTS reading. And reading is the only component that needs more time and attention, right? Okay, thank you.